How are you, everybody? Welcome to Sports Talk, a live edition again of Sports Talk on the Raynham channel. Those of you outside of Raynham on the raynhamchannel.com and on the Raynham channel on Ustream. I'm your host, Steve Atkinson, and we have a lot to get to today. So with the Boston Celtics, we're going to start off with the Boston Celtics today. A big win, evening the series, one game apiece. Then we're going to go to the disappointing but expected by some people Boston Red Sox season, as it's such a circus. We're going to get into that too. We're also going to get into the Patriots draft recap. A great draft by the New England Patriots, picking up key defensive players. John Harbaugh's comments too on Spygate, and also, but I also want to begin this show with my condolences go to Junior Seau's family, who police say he shot himself yesterday morning at his home in California. And my condolences go to his family, the San Diego Chargers, and the New England Patriots, and the Miami Dolphins. And we're going to get into that, but we're going to start off with some great news. The Boston Celtics game 3 tomorrow night in Boston. And Paul Pierce had a heck of a game the other night in Atlanta, had 36 points, and really stepped it up because Rondo was suspended for that game. He stepped it up, was a leader of that team because he's the captain of that team. He stepped it up, and he did a great job, and pulled that team together to win that game in Atlanta. And it's pretty good that they're not down 2-0 coming into Boston, because now they have home court throughout the remainder of the series. So it's good the Celtics took that game in Atlanta on Tuesday. And today, when the Celtics had practice, reporters were asking Rondo, and he says Rondo stressed his gratitude to his Boston Celtics teammates for pulling out a Game 2 victory without him Tuesday night at Atlanta, but stopped short of apologizing for his actions that led to a one-game suspension after bumping a referee in Game 1. He says, "I tried not to let my emotions get the best of me, but I am an emotional player," Rondo told reporters Thursday at the team's practice facility. "I try to keep my composure and my emotions to myself, but it was a heat of the heat battle moment, and I wanted to win. We make mistakes. I'm not on trial or anything." This is from ESPN Boston. He also says, "I think I ran down the tunnel and gave Kevin Garnett the first hug, told him, 'Thank you. I appreciate everything you guys have done for me. Obviously, they won for themselves, but they told me, we've got this for you.' That felt good. It felt like I was part of it. It changed the series." And that's great. They are coming together as a team. They're playing together as a team. And personally, I think Celtics will beat Atlanta, and they will beat the 76ers or the Bulls because Derrick Rose is out. And I personally believe the Celtics will get to the Eastern Conference Finals and play Miami, and Miami will probably be a coin flip. Miami will be a coin flip because they have proven to beat Miami, but that was in the regular season. And now this is playoff time, crunch time, and you really have to, this is when it really matters. So the Celtics could be tied if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but we still have to take one game at a time. But I believe that the Celtics will make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and Miami, again, will be a coin flip. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the remainder of the series. And Doc Rivers was also talked to reporters today. And he said he was very happy, thanking guys we were getting on the bus, said Rivers. "That's great. I don't know if he would have done that 2 years ago. He would have been thankful. He would have been in the back of the bus with his head down on himself. Instead, I'm sure he still was down on himself, but he showed emotion towards the other guys. I kept saying it. You guys get the luxury, including me, of watching him grow up in front of us. That's a step there." Rivers admitted it's tough to to get a read on Rondo, but stressed that in both the emotional outburst in Game 1 and in his thankfulness toward the team after Game 2, the point guard generally meant well. He says again, Rivers, quote, I always think his intentions are right. That doesn't mean he does the right things all the time. I'd rather have a guy that, to me, had good intentions than the guys that are just thinking about themselves purely. Just like the Boston Red Sox, who we're going to get to next. When those acts happen, you view them as a selfish act, but I don't think he did it selfishly. It just turned into a selfish act. Rivers said that ultimately the best way to show his thanks would be for Rondo to come out and carry the team in Game 3 on Friday night. And I think they're going to blow out I think they'll blow out the Atlanta Hawks, on tomorrow night. Because that shows that the Celtics are a team. And they have a team sort of coming together moment. And I think who said it yesterday? I was either listening to Felger and Maz. Again, they're from 2 to 6 on Comcast Sportsnet. Or Gresham Zolak, 10 to 2 on 98.5 the Sports Hub. Gresham Zoe, I think, said that, oh no, it was Felger. Mike Felger said on yesterday that the Celtics are the most well-grouped together team in all of Boston. Now, I don't know if I kind of agree with that because they seem to be put together, but so are the Patriots and the Bruins. And the most team that's put together right now, of course, is the Boston Red Sox. They're number 4. And so I personally think that the Celtics are, I think the Patriots are first and the Celtics are second based on team, but the Celtics are up there with the Patriots on team and getting things together, getting things right, getting things done at the right time. And this is especially the right time to get things done. It means the most, playoff time means the most to get things done right. So, again, the Celtics are coming off big, they're coming off strong, and hopefully they continue this success. And again, I think they will make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, play Miami, coin flip, we'll see what happens with that. The Heat, a good team, great team, could go either way. So we'll see. In the Western Conference, people are saying Oklahoma City, but the Spurs are getting up there. Greg Popovich, congratulations to him on making Coach of the Year, and it could be a Heat, Spurs, Oklahoma City, Celtics, Oklahoma City. You never know. It's anyone's series right now, and the playoffs are pretty much wide open with Derrick Rose not in with the Bulls. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens as we move forward in this exciting time of the NBA playoffs. Now, we're going to switch gears and talk about the very disappointing but surprising, but not surprising, I should say, Boston Red Sox, who are 11-13. I think they're 5 games back. I think they're last place. They are the most circus team in the major leagues right now. They are so terrible. And I'm gonna start by saying ownership. It starts with ownership, okay? Because I think everybody, all they care about is themselves, that organization. I'm gonna start with Larry Lucchino, who John Henry has said Larry Lucchino makes all the baseball decisions. He has said that. So Lucchino makes all the baseball decisions, and yet they still lose. And John Henry, all he cares about is his Liverpool soccer team in England. I mean, he spent more money on Liverpool than the Red Sox this offseason. And Tom Warner, he's just in the middle, can't really do anything. He's like, and then it goes to Ben Sherrington, who again is in the same situation, who really can't judge whether or not to do anything because he's kind of in the middle of it too, because everyone wants to do everything their way. And then you have the manager, Bobby Valentine, who again wants to be on every single commercial of Jordan's Furniture and wants to have his own TV show, wants to be in the spotlight, just like the owner, Larry Lucchino. Bobby Valentine is such was I mean, when they first got him, I thought it was good because they needed somebody like that. But it is such a train wreck right now. I'm sorry. This team is so bad. I mean, they really need to get rid of everybody. From, Beckett. He can't even pitch now. He's not even pitching on Saturday. Euclid. That group last year that was just so bad. You would think from after September, you would come back and you would have a great season. You would come out and play well, but no, because all they care about is selling tickets and getting people to go and having a sellout. That's all they care about. They don't care about winning like the Yankees do. That's just my opinion. Because if they cared about winning, they would have cleaned that clubhouse out and they would have started out fresh with new management, with new players, with young guys coming in, like Middlebrooks coming in last night. He didn't really play well, but that's okay. I mean, just a total. Crawford can't even play anymore. He's done. I mean, you would think that you would play like a team and try and play more together instead of being on your own. And it's just, and I give, who the few players I give credit to, though, actually the one player right now, I give credit to David Ortiz. David Ortiz is the leader in that clubhouse. And he had a heck of a month in April. Personally, I think he should get Player of the Month. He steps in, and I think he's the role model and of that clubhouse right now. I think he steps up. He's the captain, and I personally think he's that role model. And he says, everybody, we got to stand together. We got to play together as a team. And personally, oh my goodness, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the Red Sox to play the Yankees on a Sunday night. And I know Felger said this too, and I agree with him 100%. And for Terry Francona to be doing that game and the Red Sox getting their butts kicked by the New York Yankees, and everyone in the fans are chanting, "Bring back Tito," it is going to be, it's just going to be a circus. Actually, it's already a circus. So that'll be like out of this ballpark kind of thing. It will be crazy if that happens. Because the reason why I think the Red Sox, too, that all they care about is selling tickets and getting sellouts, there are tickets right now that are less than $20. I don't remember the last time the Red Sox had tickets less than $20. There's tickets here for $13 for tomorrow night's game. $13. Okay, that means they want people to go. And they care about the consecutive sellout streak. They cared about the consecutive sellout streak. They care about Liverpool soccer, and they care about the Fenway Park 100 years. That is what they care about. If they cared about baseball and they cared about winning, they would get players that cared about winning. None of these crybaby people that they have right now, and none of these selfish people that they have right now. So if they cared about winning, they would do that, but they don't. So that is my opinion on the Boston Red Sox. And an article today by Peter Abraham. Stay cold at Fenway. The poise and discipline that marked his approach to baseball monumentally deserted Adrian Gonzalez, another one, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning on Wednesday night when he struck out on a foul tip with the bases loaded. Gonzalez looked back at the catcher's mitt in disbelief and in one motion slammed the bat to the ground in anger. The missed opportunity, one of many on the nights for the Red Sox, helped lead to a 4-2 loss against the Oakland A's. The Red Sox were hitless in 13 at-bats with runners in scoring position and left 11 runners on base. It was that way right to the end. Pedroia had an RBI double with 2 outs in the 9th, bringing Gonzalez to the plate as the tying run. This time, he grounded to third base. Gonzalez says, quote, "This game is all on me. I had 2 great opportunities and I didn't come through," Gonzalez said. It was the 3rd loss in the last 4 games for the 11-13 Red Sox, and Gonzalez is the face of their recent frustration. He is hitless in his last 17 at-bats and is down to .250 on the season average. Bobby Valentine's theory is that Gonzalez is tired, having played all but 3 innings this season. Valentine says, quote, his timing and recognition of the strike zone is just a little off. He'll be fine. Gonzalez shunned that excuse. Not at all, not at all. I feel great, Gonzalez said. It's one of those things that it's just 2 at-bats. I should have come through at least one of those times, and I wasn't able to. I feel great physically. I feel great. I'm not tired at all. I just didn't come through. Gonzalez agreed with Valentine about his timing, though. I'm just a little late on fastballs, just a little early on off-speed pitches. It happens, he said. I'm a guy that goes off of feel and what I feel now. You can't go back and try to regain what you had to 3-4 years ago. I've gone through a lot worse things than I'm going through now. It's just 4 games. At the end of the day, I'm always going to have the right approach. I'm always going to be prepared, and I'm always going to be looking for a pitch that I'm going to drive. I haven't been able to do it these last 4 days, but it will change come Friday. So hopefully we'll see what happens with the Red Sox and Gonzalez. Yeah, he's having a slump right now. Hopefully he can put the bat on the ball and hit. The Red Sox, again, they can sweep the Minnesota Twins away. They can go on an 8-game road trip, I should say. And they play great. They played great. They were 500. I couldn't believe it. I was surprised that they were 500 by April 30th. They were 500 and then that didn't last long. Now they have a 3-game losing streak. So they really got to step it up because time is running out on them. I don't think if they don't win good, if they finish last this year, Valentine will not be here next season. I guarantee it. And a lot of people probably do too. I mean, Cody Ross has been doing really well. He's been doing great too. He hit the ball last week. He did pretty good. Yesterday, Daniel Bod, 2 and 3, allowed 4 runs in 5 1/3 innings to take the loss as the Sox fell 4-7 at Fenway Park. He allowed 8 hits and struck out 1. After striking out 19 over 18 to 2/3 innings in his first 3 starts, Bard admitted he was bewildered by his performance. I had a hard time putting guys away, he said, especially early in the game. I was getting to a lot of 0-2 and 1-2 counts and would make those pitches on the edges of the strike zone, and for whatever reason wasn't getting chases, they would follow them off and work it until I felt something over the plate. So Clay and Mortensen, called up from AAA Pawtucket early in the day, struck out 6 in 3 scoreless innings, but the Sox never got the hit they needed. A smiling Gonzalez stopped by Valentine's office on his way out of the clubhouse to say he wasn't tired. He also promised a return to form. It won't happen again, he said. And so we'll see what happens with the Boston Red Sox circus that's going on at Fenway Park right now. I've never seen $13 to go to a Red Sox game. That's crazy. So, with that being said, I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to start talking about the New England Patriots draft, and we are going to get into the sad news of Junior Seau. Stick around on Sports Talk. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk. Again, I'm your host, Steve Atkinson, and now I'm going to jump right into the New England Patriots in the recap of the draft. I got this from NFL.com. It says, Draft Fallout. Could Patriots defense be dangerous? We've established that Bill Belichick doesn't care what our Mel Kiper thinks about this draft. That doesn't make Belichick's draft strategy any less popular in New England. While the possible expectation taking Trayvon Wilson in the second round, the Patriots finally got serious in addressing needs in their front seven. Number 21 overall pick Chandler Jones could be New England's long-term answer to Jason Pierre-Paul. Number 27 pick Dante Hightower is a natural inside linebacker who also could play on the outside. Third-round pick Jake Bigquet could be a Brett Kessel player at the defensive end. And these players are all versatile and intelligent and should make an immediate impact. Belichick said in a conversation that he could stand up or have his hand down on defense, but he's mostly an end-of-the-line player. He's the pass rusher. Hightower was lauded for similar leadership skills to Gerard Mayo. The three rookies joined Woolfolk, which Mayo, Spikes, Love, and Nikovic as the core front seven pieces. It's not the 85 Bears, but it's not the regular season 2011 Patriots either. This is a group that played its very best in the playoffs and has a great chance to take the momentum in 2012. There are still major questions about the Patriots secondary, but for the first time in at least 5 years, New England's defense looks dangerous. Tom Brady shouldn't have to carry the team as much this season. The Patriots just signed Jabbar Gaffney this year. I don't know what they're going to do with Branch or Ocho Cinco. I don't know what that means for that. And I think those draft picks are awesome. But I'm running out of time, so I have to jump right into what I'm going to talk about now is John Harbaugh's comments he made earlier this week on his Super Bowl, on his comparison to Bountygate and Spygate of the Spygate scandal. This was what he said. He says, quote, "Isn't there a part of you that says, you know, if a guy can always get away with it, like you look for the edge anyway, you can get it, right?" One of the hosts asked of Harbaugh. And then Harbaugh says, "You know, the funny thing about that is at the end, everything is brought before the light of day when it's all said and done. If you look at New England, no matter whether those things had any impact on whether they've won their championships or not, they got asterisks now. They've been stained. To me, it's never worked, but if you're cheating in the end, you're going to get desecrated." Teddy Bruschi's comments onto that. I think Bountygate is 10 times worse than Spygate, but anyway, because this is what he said. This is what Bruschi said on SportsCenter. "You want to take a shot? Go ahead and say it," Bruschi said on Tuesday SportsCenter. "When I look down at my hand and I see championship rings, I know how much work had to be put in to win those championships. I'm very set and secure with all the victories that we had the work we put in. I was there in 07. I remember when it broke out," Bruschi said. "I remember everyone discrediting our past successes and our past championships. So all we did, we had motivation to go out there and beat everyone by 20 or beat everyone by 30. Or at times, when we were beating them by 30, pour it on and beat them by 40. That was the only thing we could do was go answer on the field to prove how good we were as players and how good the coaches on that football team. You go 16-0 in undefeated regular season and lose the Super Bowl to the New York Giants. You think your point is proven right there." And he says again, quote, "That shot at Belichick, I don't understand." Bruschi said, "When Coach Harbaugh was interviewing for the job at Baltimore, it was Coach Belichick that vouched for him. There's a little bit of loyalty that Coach Harbaugh needs to learn." And then Harbaugh then went and talked to Belichick about, apologized to Belichick and Bruschi, and he clarified his comments. And now I'm going to go into the tragic death of Patriots player, ex-player, Junior Seau, who died yesterday. And just a sad, sad story. And I want to share something with you. He is one of the 8 players to die from the '94 San Diego Chargers football team, Super Bowl 29 team. Linebacker David Griggs, the first one, died in '95 of slid off an expressway, hit a large sign pole. He was 28. San Diego Chargers linebacker, that's Seau. Running back Ronnie Clover died in a plane crash on May 11th of '96. Linebacker Doug Miller died in '98 as the result of a lightning strike. Center Curtis Whitley died on May 11th, 2008 as an overdose. Defensive end Curtis Mims died of an enlarged heart on October 15th, 2008. Defensive tackle Sean Lee died from cardiac arrest on February 26, 2011. And former Chargers linebacker Laura Bush died of a heart attack on December 8th, 2011. And Junior Seau died yesterday. Very sad. And concussions, but is concussions really the factor? I don't know. I honestly don't know. And here's what Robert Kraft said. I was in New York yesterday. I came back and I have this little note that I dug up. Junior was one of those special people who came through our locker room. We always knew his real family. He was really a Charger in the Spanos family. Someone I feel close to, even when he was here. We knew in the end he would be a Charger, but we were pretty close first cousins. Because the years he spent here, we felt he was really a true Patriot. You folks got to see a lot on the field, but I can tell you his presence in the locker room, in the team meetings, some of them I went to, his ability to speak, to be a motivational speaker, and his caring for fellow human beings. I went back to my records because of having suffered the loss of my sweetheart this year, and he sent me something within a few weeks of Myra's passing. He said in the note that, I'm so sorry about the passing of Mrs. Kraft. She was an inspiration to me. I have so much respect for all she did to help people lead better lives. I'll always be there for you and your family, Junior Seau. Love you, buddy. And I don't know if you know, he used to do this, love you, buddy. And then he enclosed a very generous check to the Myra Kraft Giving Back Fund. So here's a guy who represented everything that we liked, how he conducted himself in an unselfish manner in the locker room. I remember him asking me to come to New York. I was going to an Elton John AIDS in Africa event, and he wanted me to come down and be a part of it. And just a lot of wonderful things. No one ever squeezed me harder after every game and hugged me in the locker room. He just really was a special guy. So it's a message to all of us to make sure we hug and squeeze the people we love and to cherish them. The people you love, make sure they know it every day. So a special guy. And that was from Robert Kraft, Patriots owner. I got this from ESPN Boston again. Tom Brady says, Junior Seau was a great teammate and even better friend. His legacy will live on. The memories of his time here with us, and he will never be forgotten. We love you, buddy. And my condolences again go to him and his family, the Patriots organization, San Diego Chargers organization. Fastest 2 minutes, here we go. Everything I talked about in the last half hour in 2 minutes. Starting with the Boston Celtics are going to win this series, win the next series, get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Hopefully, they'll make it to the NBA Finals. Also, the Boston Red Sox need to really step it up, or they're going to have a tough ride. The Patriots, great job on the draft, and they're gonna push through, and they're gonna have a great season. And Harbaugh's comments, he regretted them. That's good too. I think, again, Bountygate is much worse than Spygate. And then my condolences go to Junior Seau's family and the Patriots organization, Chargers organization, Miami organization. Please be sure to watch my show on YouTube. It goes search Sports Talk on the Raynham channel. Like it, post it on Facebook and Twitter. And that's it for me on Sports Talk this week. Come back next week. Negotiators on next week at 6. Mine is at 5. Have a good week.